Good morning. We'll go through the charts in a minute here. Had retail sales this morning that came in worse than expected, and and that's pretty much most of the news that came out. Kind of had a pretty huge spike. We'll go to the dollar first. U.S. dollar, where are you? Had a spike overnight, and then it's now kind of selling off. So we'll see how that ends at the end of the day, if it goes back and tests that high or not. We'll start with the S&P. We'll go to the daily. You could see that we're holding that bottom red band, and then the gold band, which is the current time frame, is here. So it's a possibility that it could hold in the spot. It does seem like it so far. Remember, I'm just looking at what's in front of me and taking that. I have no opinion of the market. I don't really care where it goes.
I care where it goes.
I care that it goes in the direction of the trade I'm in.
There you go.
So
You just don't care if it goes up or down.
I don't care if it goes up or down, or I don't have an ego or opinion about it. The guys that I saw that blew out is like, I know it's going lower, and they would be short, and while they would get pretty much dismantled. So you could see you can see how sometimes bottoms are made. This is a pretty good washout pre-market, and then here. Decent spike. Oh, by the way, must be June.
Must be, yes. Oh, yeah. Roll your contracts.
Because the email said that, you know, kind of stomping their feet, like it has to be the front month, or so I didn't do any trades because I like picking, I like to pick the bottom on the NASDAQ. So
Yeah, you had it. You would have had it nailed, that's for sure.
yeah,
That's why when I was looking at it, going, man, there's no Nasdaq or S&P trades, because
it was like the quintessential.
it was the easiest trade in the world.
Well, especially because the NASDAQ was down because of Intel pre-announced, but you could see these pre-market buys. It was actually after the numbers. I actually did buy the yen, but it didn't really bounce much.
Where are we at with crude? Still April, right?
Crude is still April, sorry. Still April. We're basically break even so far, 3 trades. Some people caught the profit target, so by some miracle it hit there by to the tick, and it seems like a few people hit it. Hit it to the tick. So that's the S&P. Let's go to the NASDAQ. Intel kind of pre-announced, but look at that wick. I mean, that's a big down move and then come back. It's decent bottoming. There's it on the 1 hour. Can it clear this and get up to here? It seems to be struggling, but I seem to think so. Oh, this 15 minutes kind of rolling over, and it's very flat. So, but that was after the numbers. That was kind of a easy cherry pick. I'm bearish oil today, if you can believe it. So I had an itchy trigger finger on some of these longs, cutting them before they fell apart.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
The one I think it broke even on and it plummeted.
Yeah.
It was tough to find a short spot. The only good clear short was at I think it was at 2000.
Overnight. Yeah.
Well, this morning there was one, I guess around 8, 12. Never hit the top again.
Got a short signal right here on crude though.
Right. It's strangely quiet, and well, I'll just keep going through it.
Yeah.
4 hour, we're pressing those lows. I mean, even when you look across, this time we've hit it. This was old resistance, and then support, 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 support again. This is, I don't know, fifth time this charm. It's going to break through it. Maybe try
Get a little saggy. Get a little saggy on the NASDAQ too here.
Yeah, it's too early to start rally time. I'd have to say there's got to be a pretty deep correction today. See, is there any questions? Everybody's in June. Both are labeled Andrew, but I am
Yeah.
Dave, and the other guy is Andrew.
When we log in, it's just the way that we log into the system.
Okay, how are you? Is it the microphone light up or something?
Yeah, it says who's talking.
Oh. I'm on a mic always. You call in though. That's probably the difference.
I always call in. Yeah, I always call in.
No wonder your battery is dying.
I got that new Mophie, man. It works awesome.
We sound the same, really? I guess.
I sure hope not. I hope I don't sound like Dave.
There you go.
That was a joke.
I know. I'm the crazy one and he's the sane one. Allegedly.
No,
Anyway.
I'm the one who does 100 trades a day. Dave does, 2 or 3 solid big movers.
So that's oil. It's kind of resting right at this bottom gold band. In case you missed before, I started out with the dollar. You can see the dollar's spiked overnight and then it's come back down. Not really affecting crude. I kind of figured the S&P has to catch up to the yen, so.
So I'm almost thinking the S&P looks good here. I mean, I'd like it lower, obviously, but that thing was ramp fest right out of the gate, 46 to 50, 58, huh?
Right. It's kind of a high flag, but.
It is, yeah. Time o' day, right?
It's just amazing on some of these pretty decent sized moves, and then it's just grounded halt, like completely just sitting.
I like crude here.
Oh, I thought you bought the S&P.
Nah.
I'm buying something. I do. I think crude is due for a pretty decent bounce. If you compare it to the S&P, I mean, it could rally. It's just been taking its sweet time, so.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the 1 minute start to turn up, but for me, it's got to take out 98. It's
Yeah, the
struggling,
high.
that's for sure.
Yeah.
I just keep going out that 4 hour. Looks like it seems like it wants to go to 44. 1 hour could be bottoming. 15 minute. I think if the 79 holds, which is that recent low probably,
Yeah.
over the next hour, we could get a pretty decent rally. I just want 10 cents. Right?
Yep.
I think my old chart froze.
Trade 92s right now.
I'm MetaTrader. Yeah, it did.
Here's your breakdown on the S&P here.
What else do we have here? We've covered different markets. It's really coiling.
Yeah,
It's
it
dead
is.
narrow. So when you look at Bollinger Bands, you see they get wider due to volatility, and then as they get narrow, they actually start to, when they get to a certain level of narrowness, which is pretty close to here, they are predicting once they break out of that range to be to have a pretty decent sized move.
Yeah.
It's just kind of backing and filling it here. I don't know, kind of like what I'm saying. It's a decent move. Even the down move, you would think that it would either bounce a lot or bounce a little bit and then make new lows, but on crude, same for the market, but it's just falling asleep right now.
Yeah, we're looking a little bearish on a 5 minute.
Well, if it's bottoming, it usually blows through that red, goes right to the midpoint. Definitely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles out. It should be at least up here. So
Yeah.
maybe get another.
Yeah,
Never mind. The way you look at it is just from a technical perspective. Typically, well, let's look at NASDAQ 100 5 minute is here, sold off, bounced back, and then it continued. Sold off, didn't bounce. I mean, it looks like it's going to make a low.
Yes, sir.
Hard pressed to short it here, but we'll have to see how it interacts.
Yeah. With these lows.
Isn't there?
Pretty good volume on that push. Pretty good volume on this push on the S&P too.
I don't know how much it moves the crude market, but I would think that natural gas. I think their numbers just came out, 10:30 Eastern. See how that gets going.
Yes, sir. See how it holds these. See if it goes and retests those 47 lows. Looks like that's where it's headed, huh?
Seems like it. I was thinking pretty much 30. Seems like it has to hold. The thing that we're working with right now in the crude market is if you see the center midpoint is it's like a gravitational field. Right now it's at 38. So when you're trading $1.50 away from it, you could see how the price action seems to gravitate to the center point.
Midpoint, yeah.
Midpoint. The 1 hour is at 40, 47 and a quarter.
That's crazy. Got a ways, huh?
But 48 and 48.40 for the 15 minutes. So that's when you get a big discrepancy. It gets tough.
Yeah.
Typically, the 4 hour tends to, obviously, it gravitates to the bigger time frames.
Yeah. Getting a buy on the S&P. About to get one on crude too.
Crude, you got to be patient today. It's been a tough one.
Seems pretty. Doesn't seem like it's moving like it normally does.
Yeah, it's really muted. And super thin like this. It was too wide actually at 737. So I was looking I guess to around the area of the trigger points. Tried to get 45 and got filled at 47.
Yeah, but they're still trading on average about 500 to 700 contracts a minute.
Must be in the dark pools or something. Because that's some people got filled at 46 and then they got stopped and they got hit the profit target at 56 and the majority got 47 and got filled at and didn't get that. And this spiked here for like a split second.
Yeah.
And I went to break even and that was it. And then this one couldn't go 10. 36.
Yeah, I see that.
Went about 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one here, I mean, you could see the buys.
5. Yeah.
There's the short. Let's go to higher time frames. One hour, 30 minute. Like I said, if it holds in here, it can definitely rally pretty good. Sleepy Town, right?
Something like that.
Did you see any of lovely Phoenix in Scottsdale last night?
No.
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 I'm sure you're wiped out.
Just packing, preparing myself for all of our meetings next week.
Right.
It's going to be a busy week.
I guess that Genscape data and Cushing crude storage is saying that they're most likely filled by June 1st.
That's going to be crazy. Absolutely insane.
What was the other? Got the retail sales suffered worst run since Lehman went under. Pretty ugly.
Yeah.
This has been sitting like this. I know you got to take the money and run, but let's see if it can build.
Yeah.
Maybe even work back in. Get back.
Defensive trading, my friend.
Well, if it can get back below 80 again.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about scaling in and scaling out. You know, ultimately, if you think that this is bottoming and it's going to go test either here or even up to here,
No, I get it.
you buy here, you're out here. If it can get back, I'd love to buy it back at 80 for the second retrigger. But
I'm just taking what the market gives me, and it gives
I
me
agree.
a signal, and
You
took it.
got it. That's a good trade.
Yeah, not bad.
Well, especially since it's been rough in the
bad.
buying.
What's that?
The long side has been a little suspect today.
Oh yeah. I'd rather short. That's just my
So we were talking a little bit on the call about Chinese currency. I found this chart. So the bands is what the Bank of China kind of wants their currency to stay within that band. That's the midpoint at blue. That's the upper and lower band. So this is the US dollar versus the Chinese yuan. So you can see that they actually are intervening, selling dollars to keep it from breaking out. So the Chinese currency is going down against the US dollar. So everyone's like, oh, if they went and got rid of the peg, that it would drop. It's actually the other way around. I would think this would probably go up to these old levels.
Yeah, it'd rally pretty hard.
It would mean revert to that, which when you talk about that dollar amount and how much trade goes through China, it's pretty impressive.
Yes, sir.
Or from a swing trading perspective, you have two on, you took one off there, you go to break even, stop in the first one. And I don't know, I'd hold this for a while. It'll hit this band. It'll sell off probably back into this area. Then if it's going to start pressing higher, it'll keep higher highs and higher lows.
To be asked, I'm in Chicago right now. No, I'm in Chicago tonight. I'll be there at 7 o'clock tonight. I thought I left. I thought I was there earlier, but at 7, I'm 6:55.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was that late.
I leave at 1 here. I may try to jump an earlier flight. It's Southwest. They've got flights all day.
Yeah, Glendrick, if you hear a lot of lasers going off, it's not the stormtroopers coming after you. It's
Pew, pew, pew. Some days it drives Dave crazy.
no.
It's part of my job. It's what I signed up for.
Got to be in it to win it.
Get your little pukey face emos.
Wow. You know what I'm saying.
I know.
Let's take a look at. Trying to follow the 10-year. I can't even find it in my mess of. Where is it? Did I exit out? 10-year note. So the 10-year note, this is a 15-minute chart. Let's even go out to the daily. I mean, it's the largest bond market in the world, so you got to pay attention to it. Personally, I think it has to break the downtrend before we can go back to rally time in the equities market. So we'll see. It's kind of that line in the sand at 26. If you've rolled your app to June in the top 3 slots, let me know. You also have to change it. So if you look like you might, if you're still in on your ladder. Oh, I'm sorry, that's April. It doesn't matter. For crude. Oh, that should be rolling next week, right? You can page on the top here with these left and right arrows. So if you're in March, still looks like there's a lot of volume there, but it's rolled now into, I even have to widen it out. Oops. June. God, I wish this thing make a new low right now.
That'd be nice.
It should. I mean, it's been trading terribly. You know me, I'm not bearish often. I just wanted to sell it. It was like if this thing breaks 23, it's toast, and it blew through it and went to what, 60 something. So make sure it says E-mini, NASDAQ, June on all your ladders in S&P. Oops.
And I got this one, by the way.
You're on your own, dude. All you. And the chart too. You got to do the same thing. So make sure it's June 15th. Yeah, you could right click on the chart and hit refresh chart. Come on, break the low. But typically lately, when it breaks that low, it rallies 20 cents. Just FYI. You're pretty extended downside, but
I'm going to follow it down every 5 minutes using my little candle method. Because I think this thing could fall a buck, dude.
I would have to agree on that. I mean, when you look at this, I think it's going probably to 25.30. But you've got a pretty good day right now going.
That's Dave's subliminal way of saying take the trade.
Get the beep
right.
out. No, you're
All
good.
Right.
I was kidding, but might as well.
Dave.
Book it.
There's nothing wrong with taking profits. It's a $300 trade. Welcome to America.
Hit.
Hold on, let me take that out. Yep, I got it.
Just hit
I got it.
Hit cancel or whatever. Did it not work on mine?
Did it do it?
No, so this is the thing that I've seen. The API, for some reason, goes blank like that.
Yeah.
So you have to actually go and cancel on your ladder. So I'm going to show you. If you ever see that, we're flat. You can see the positions here, and then I'm going to hit cancel. And then now it finally disappears. I can't figure out why it does that. So I had all those orders in here.
It's with T4, yeah. Not a bad exit. I almost bought it when I got out, but I figured I'd save Dave the heart attack of flopping my trades.
No, I'm long, so.
You're killing me.
Why not? Buy, sell, who can tell? It's pretty heavy though.
No, I know. It's going lower. I mean, it's not a question of this is going lower. I know it's going lower. It's just a matter of what's prudent. Prudent is making, $300 to $500 a day, being profitable every day and having, a $2,000 a week like we're on pace for.
Right.
That's prudent.
It's just smart. You could sit here and say you want to make 20 grand today, which you can, but you got to increase your contract size, etc. The idea is, like we talked a lot on the call yesterday, and what we've been talking about all along is the go back to the 5-minute, is the idea of consistency in trading, so you stay sane.
Yeah.
No bounce at all, huh?
Nope. It's going lower. So yeah, I want to see it bounce, and then this would be one of those failed signals. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know.
I doubt it's going to give us 10. We'll see from 65, see what it does.
Well, it actually wasn't a signal, so.
What's that?
Wasn't a signal. It's outside.
No, I know, but I'm just saying from the open of this bar, seeing if it will. I bet you this thing retraces up to 72,
Although,
73, and then
let's see here.
Over.
Close at 64, 62. got the little auto app running there for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it looks like it was 58. It was no last one, and then no, and then yes. What'd you do? Oh, you went short.
Yeah.
All right.
I wanted 72s, but
whenever I hear that, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight the hot hand.
yeah.
It's tough though, shorting down here in the abyss.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I think for what we're trying to do here, we're going to be just fine.
Yeah, we'll see. Especially if it's outside the higher time frames, Bollinger's.
Yeah.
Look at you all, risk manager. So I was going through actually the a 1 hour candle has a 44-cent average true range, by the way.
Yeah.
Which is kind of our
40. Yeah.
Our kind of time frame. So if you look on what Andrew's doing, he's short. His stop is literally this high candle, which means it's breaking out to the upside. So risking 4 ticks to make. It's got 10 right now, but if it makes a new low, or we know how crude sometimes gets like now it goes to break even. This is either testing the low as it normally does after a big down move, or it makes a new low and he's got another
50-cent winner.
Right. I'd say it holds, but you got break even. So even if it could go back to that old high and still break down.
No risk.
Risk-free trade is what we were talking about on the call too.
Yeah. There we go.
So either break evens on this trade, or we'll see. I have a target.
I'm gonna make money now. I mean, there's no question that this is not going to be a break even trade now. So
you either got to take it off now, or
I just don't know how. We just don't know how much we're going to make yet.
You could probably go to 68, but it's too early for that.
Yeah, I got to wait till
it either rips down or it blasts back through and break even. It's almost probably one print. That's my bet. I say it goes up. But I wish you the best of luck.
That's what makes a market.
I'm bearish on crude, no doubt, but you got to see it on a 1 minute.
Yeah.
1 minute double bottom. It's worth the shot. But if it does break down, I think you'll get 30 cents. Would be the target. As long as it can keep below 68, now 67.
Mm-hmm.
So literally the risk is probably to 67. Can we get like inventory number or something? They said that Glencore, whatever number is out, and it's super bearish for oil.
Yeah.
There was another thing I kind of skipped a couple longs, which would have been full losers, both of them. There was a guy in here, which I don't know if he was just some newbie or it was 152 contracts was his size, just coming in with 152.
Wow.
And he was leaning on the offer. And this was back in the 40s and 50s up here before it broke down.
Wow.
Yeah. That's pretty rare to see. Did you get stopped out, or are you just sick of it?
No, I didn't like that last candle, so I covered it.
I agree.
Made another $70. And I covered, and look where we're at. Right where you said we were coming.
So, right, we were looking for a calculated risk of it breaking down. And when it didn't do kind of the pattern, especially that breakdown, it should have, on this candle, it should have just broke down. Actually, you probably would think it right here, breaking this moving average, should have broke down, at least tested the low. But it's either going down or going up, so.
Yeah, I mean that was our impulse. That was our impulse candle to the downside, and it closed back up near the high. So I just said, we're done.
Right. Got S&P and NASDAQ running up a little bit too, so seems to give a little bit of correlation.
Yeah. We got everybody's between $200 and $400 profit today. That's where I've got everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's up about.
Jerry, is that a misprint?
Jerry's having fun on the NASDAQ, we'll say that.
You picking bottoms over there?
$1,600 day today, Jerry. What are you doing, brother?
Come on, stop it.
I see your smiley face, Jerry. We see your smiley face. Good job, my buddy.
Awesome job.
Good job. Yeah.
Now, Jerry, have you ever traded before? Prior to meeting us? I'm just gonna say.
He laughs. No.
Yeah, all the time? Oh, he's laughing. Okay, so I'll remove
legal or illegal things.
Trade. Trading does not mean going to the casino in Vegas. Although there are some similar principles, but
money management, that's it.
So I'll just give you an example of, this is the kind of the median. So you could see our, plus 350. So that's about the median this person is at. They're actually above the combine total for 53,353. So this is a student.
Today.
He's up $1,600.
Well, and even Dave and I were talking last night, and obviously Dave and I, we do trade review. That's one of the big things Dave and I will do in talking. Janae asked the question yesterday on a wrap-up call. He was asking about impulses versus corrective waves, and Dave goes, I didn't even know what that was for the first 10 years I was trading. Just to give you guys kind of an idea of the learning curve of what you guys get.
At least 5 years for sure.
Yeah.
And if you did, you didn't care. It was like something in a textbook.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, good job.
A lot of good stuff.
But really, the thing is consistency. We got to be consistent.
Yeah.
Can't be luck. Oh, I found a penny stock at $3 a share, and then I bought 10,000 shares and put 30 grand in it, and then it went to, I don't know, $20 a year later, and now you've got a pretty good chunk of change. I mean, it happens. I've known people that did that. They just had a guy on Bloomberg talking about it, but you know that you're near the top when they start touting out penny stock guys. So
You also know you're in a bubble when companies that don't have earnings and aren't making money are worth getting billion-dollar valuations.
and they're not even public yet. So you can't even publicly see what their books are. It's mind-boggling to me, honestly, but welcome to the wonderful world of alchemy. Just print stuff and it goes up.
Yeah, it's like companies like Snapchat that have never made a profit. They've never been able to monetize their brand.
Yeah. There was a couple, what was the one? A couple of the incubators and then like ICGE, and there was a couple like side ones. Obviously there was the pets.com back in the internet bubble. They had like a $20 million party with the Rolling Stones, and they had no sales, zero sales. Bubblicious.
It would be nice. It would be nice.
So Lewis is going to run the Sacramento party. His budget's
What's
10
that?
million. I said, is he going to run the Sacramento party?
We'll let Lewis handle the 10 million and not.
He's got the 10 million.
Not Tim. We'll give it to Lewis. That's a joke, Tim. I'm kidding. Had dinner last night with Matt, which was a lot of fun. We had a good
Oh,
time.
okay. New student?
Yeah.
Or new?
Yeah. New to the community.
New
Nice to get
community
together.
member.
Me, him, and Sunil went to dinner, so it was
Del Taco?
nice. A little bit nicer than that. It was
I'm
nice.
kidding.
I almost wanted that long at 70s, but I just
Yeah,
it's not a good spot.
that email from Top Step was kind of scary and frightening. Like, you're knocked out of the combine if you don't trade the front month, so I'm hesitant to even trade NASDAQ and S&P. What do you think?
No, they sent the email. They sent the email last night saying that
Right.
everything rolls.
Got it.
So I like the NASDAQ short here.
Short? Not yet.
We were pretty
Just broke
expensive.
out.
I know.
Looks like it's going to 37 to me, and then 47, and then 4,400 to a couple days.
Well, I was telling you I liked it long at the S&P at 50, 55.50.
We'll get a chance.
Yeah. Did you see it though? Pull up the 5
Yeah. Oh yeah.
on S&P. You got it. Okay.
Well, so did the NASDAQ right here, or here, either one.
Let me get back to my charts. Hold on. Where?
Here
Right there.
or here.
No. I mean, it still worked out, but that was the one back there to the left. Yeah.
I find the double triggers are the best. Well, crude, are you going down to 30 cents? That's that 34 cents. 20 something cents.
Yeah, jeez.
Now with the market screaming higher though.
So banks must be doing pretty well then. How are banks looking today?
Oh, I haven't even pulled that up yet. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm just looking at some stuff. I gotta add in some new slots on the software.
Got your work cut out for you, no question about it.
Yeah. It's good though to keep it fresh with the coding. You don't use it, you lose it. Need like a little jingle. It's stock time.
Exactly.
There's the world, the universe right there, Apple. Well, let's go to the benchmark. Let's even go to the QQQ. This is the NASDAQ ETF. Dow outperforming and S&P outperforming. Where's my Russell's underperforming? Actually, this is a better Russell chart. There's Amazon. I guess I should put it as a benchmark. It's on a 5-minute. You short something? I'll just go through stocks while you're doing that. This is the benchmark NASDAQ. Let's maybe tighten it up a little bit so it's the same.
Pull up the S&P chart if you would.
Got it.
Real quick.
And you can see I have like 70 charts and I can't find it. But
Definitely have too many.
oh, it's contract, no wonder.
Where did it go? Because mine didn't populate either.
Wrong one. You're still in it. It's taking out the highs. Done. Shoot. June.
Oh, there we go.
See if it fails at the high here. We'll do
Yeah.
a pop. If not, I don't know.
54.
54 is the high. It's at 50. You're short at 52.50.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Shorting day was yesterday and the day before, right?
No, I think this has gone lower. Getting toppy.
Let's go through, continue through tech, the big tech. Cisco looks pretty good. Facebook, day high. Google Google's a little heavy compared. So see, you see a high here and then a lower high, and then the market's made a higher high. So that's a bearish divergence and a pretty major name like Google. IBM, same thing. Microsoft, same thing. Always seems that Intel drops a bomb and then it's like nothing but straight up. One can only probably think that they do stock buybacks on those announcements.
Yeah.
There's Intel. Go to oil stocks. Exxon. Valero. Rig. Rig's pretty weak. Banks. Citigroup. Bank of America. Goldman Sachs. Strong. And here comes the dollar ramping crude again, right?
Yep.
It's got some issues. And then I look at the high flyers, Priceline, Netflix, LinkedIn. They all seem to be pretty stuck in the mud. Facebook.
Yeah.
Alibaba looks all right. Amazon seems all right. Tesla. Twitter. Visa. I don't know. Pretty much neutral to bullish would be my call. And then we got the VIX. Let's go kind of further out. You can see we had this couple day sell-off and it barely upticked compared to these big up moves back in October and December. So that's pretty interesting. Usually in shorting tops, stuff like that, it's completely different than a bottom. So let's look at this. Usually at V bottoms, it comes down and spikes right back up. Tops, it starts to sell off, it makes a new high, tests the high again, and then falls apart. Same thing over here, sells off, test the high, sold off, test the high, triple top. So in this case, I would see made a high, come back down, it probably would test a high again. And then if it's going to really sell off, that would be the second or third time, kind of like over here, where it finally broke down. You just scratched it or a couple ticks?
Yeah, I mean, I was just really just trying to get the stop to 54 and let it continue to fall apart. I think it's going lower. But
yeah, it's either at this point, lately that's just cratered straight down, but the S&P, it'll sell off, then bounce, test that high, and then that next sell off is the bigger one.
yeah.
But this is pretty fascinating on the VIX. Very complacent with this recent sell-off. Let's go to a daily. So this sell-off here is pretty equivalent to these, and you see on the chart that it rallied $10, and this time it sold off and it rallied like $1. So might get interesting. But when the short squeeze is on, it'll float on nothing up higher. It always seems like it gets to that top end, 54.
Yeah.
All right. You'll not be in the wrap-up call, right?
Nope, nope.
You're not going to call in from the airplane? Come on, from first class? Never mind. We lost him. All right, I'll see you guys on the wrap-up call. We'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.